What is your recommended budget for Facebook ads for something like wrongful death? All right. So when we're talking about a Facebook ads budget for wrongful death, there's a couple things you have to know. And first is your ROI, or first is your average settlement. Like what do you typically, on average, what do you make on a case, right? And then what I try to do is I try to work backwards. I don't like saying what should your budget be. I like saying, well, how much does it cost to get a case, and how many cases do you want, and then just spend that. Now, that's really easy to say, but the way you find those numbers out is by actually running ads, and by looking at, how much is it actually costing you to get someone to and again, what I do is I don't like running ads. I like running a cheat sheet or some sort of bait that helps solve a small problem. So for example, for wrongful death, here's exactly what I would do. I would create a guide that teaches you how to set up a GoFundMe campaign after the death of a loved one, to pay for final expenses, to pay for their kids' college, whatever it is, and I would say, anyone that's experienced a loss, here's a guide setting up a GoFundMe campaign that's going to teach you how to, get medical expenses paid, how to get, living expenses paid for a little while. Maybe they're the breadwinner. And then you're going to put that guide out, and then you're going to follow up. And, when someone downloads the guide, you're then going to send them an email, say, hey, saw you download a free guide. Very sorry for your loss. Do you have any questions about, how we can help you set up this guide, or answer any other questions for you? So a lot of people are going to probably not respond, but some people are going to respond. And then those are the types of people. And then you can start having conversations with those people. So what you're going to start looking at is first of all, okay, what does it cost to get a download, for someone to download the guide? And then what does it cost to get a consultation? So let's say it costs you $10 per download. And I'm just using very easy math. And let's say maybe 1 in 20 people books a consultation. So now we know if it costs $10 for a download and 1 in 20 people books a consultation, that means that it costs you $200 per consultation. Okay, now let's say 20% of your consultations actually turn into clients. Okay, so that means that basically if you get 10 consultations, it's going to cost you $2,000, and it's going to cost, and what was my math here? I'm doing my math. I'm trying to do math in my head and I'm screwing it up. But basically, if it costs you $2,000 to get 10 consultations, and you get and it costs you what is it, 200? So that costs you like $200, I think, or am I right? No, $200 times 10 is 2,000. Yeah, so it costs you like $400 per case or $200 per case. I'm getting the math completely wrong, but that's how you do it. You just have to figure out what each step costs you. And then you say, okay, so I know it cost me $500 to get a case. I want to get, 10 cases. So I'm going to spend about $5,000 on ads. That's essentially what you do. And you really just have to, and that comes down to marketing and all that type of stuff. So that's a very simple way to do it, but that's really the way you do it. So whenever someone asks me like, what is your budget for Facebook ads? I always answer with a question, which is, well, how much does it cost to get you a client?